It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the number one business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission really is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission is to provide you, the hard working entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Yolanda K Churchwell, who's in the building. And she'll be talking about seven-figure systems for scaling for CEOs. What's going on, Yolanda? How are you?
Hey Shay, how you doing today? Love to be here with you on the Happy Entrepreneur Show.
Well, it's a pleasure to not only connect with you again, but to have you here. And it's a very important conversation. And I like to start off by asking, what's the biggest challenge? What's some of the challenges, I'll say it like that, that's holding entrepreneurs back, specifically CEOs, from just even having a profitable business? We'll get to how do they scale, but how do folks, why are they not profitable these days with all the tools and all the software and all the access? Yet you hear Small Business Association says that, 98% of businesses go bankrupt and out of business the first year? What's up with that?
Because they don't have a strong foundation. You know, we all go back to these fairy tales that we learn about. And I'm going to take you back to the Three Little Pigs. With the Three Little Pigs, the first two, their houses weren't built out of anything. So when the wind blew, they fell down. But that third one, he built his home with bricks. He had a strong foundation. It's not that people don't have the right products or services, it's that they don't have a foundation to support your growth. Having a plan to succeed is not the same thing as having a plan not to fail.
Now, when you say the right foundation, you can't just leave us hanging. People are like, whoa, Shay, she said the foundation. What is her view of the world? What does the foundation look like? I've got a business card, by the way, Shay. Got it. Shay, I've got my registration. I got an LLC. Okay, got it. Shay, I even got my Shay, I've got the nicest looking website out there. I built it. What is her view of the world of having a solid foundation so we can all understand what she's talking about? So here's the question. What does a solid foundation look like for the CEO that's listening right now?
So Shay, for that CEO that's listening, that foundation, that's that girdle. Whether you're going to call it a waist trainer, no matter what generation you come up in, it's that girdle that makes sure you have everything together. Yes, that business card, that website, that LLC registration, that's cute. That's on the outside. But what is it that you've built from the inside out to support you? What is on the back end of what you're doing, the behind the scenes that nobody sees? What's back there that will give you that sustained long-term success that you'll be able to manage over time? Anybody can be a one-hit wonder. And that's what's happening with the businesses. They're being one-hit wonders because you do not have the systems and the processes in place that will support long-term growth.
Hmm. Systems to support long-term growth. They're going to go read your bio, but they're wondering, Shay, I don't have time for that. Somebody's listening right now in the car. Someone's right now working and is playing in the background on their computer. Someone might have you on an iPad or at the gym, and they want to know, Shay, I'm just download the podcast. Somebody's watching. So take a moment, and you know this drill. Who are you? That's question number one. So they understand the backstory of the person that's talking. And then what was that defining moment that led you to say, you know what? I'm going to help CEOs scale their business. We want to know.
Okay, so I am Yolanda Churchwell. I am the System Solutionist and founder of the Business Assistance Group. We help entrepreneurs to create and implement strategy, processes, and systems that allow you to streamline and simplify what you're doing on the back end so you don't get burnout, you don't get overwhelmed, and you're able to do business without giving inconsistent business, without falling to the wayside so that your clients aren't getting the best of you. We help you to create what it takes for you to be your best every day. And for me, it's not something that I heard. It's something that I lived. Before I had this business, I had a retail store. I sold dress clothes to men and women. I'm a PK, so I had lots of success. It was an instant success. But what happened is, even while the bank account was climbing, things were starting to fall off because I did not have the processes in place to help me run that business. I didn't wasn't able to keep up with ordering, delivering, taxes, all of those things. I wasn't able to keep up with them. And so coming from a family where either you're going to do it right or you're not going to do it at all, I had to let that go. But when I took the time to pray on it, because I didn't understand why the bank account was going up, but business just seemed like it was getting harder every day, it was because I did not have the processes in place so that I could put the systems in place to support those processes so that I could sustain over time. Revenue is king, but systemization is queen.
How'd you come up with the name, the Business Assistance Group? What was the backstory of that? Did you just sit back one day and say, did it magically appear? Did you go spend $25,000 and have one of these branding firms do all this research? I'm just curious, ladies and gentlemen. We will get into how you can scale your business. Don't worry, but aren't you curious? Like, how did you come up with the name, the Business Assistance Group? I'm just curious.
To be honest with you, I can take zero credit for that, Shay. I didn't pay anybody for it. I didn't know what to do. I had tried about five different names. I even had branded one name. It wasn't working. I didn't feel it. And I went to sleep and I said, Jesus, I'm about tired. I'm about ready to give up. And about 2 weeks later, I woke up in the middle of the night and it was the Business Assistance Group. And he also gave me the tagline, get the bag, which Business Assistance Group, get the bag to help you secure your bag. So I can't give nobody credit for that but Jesus.
Well, that's probably the best person to give the credit to, by the way. I love it. So let's talk to two different groups. Let's first
Okay.
take a moment and talk to the group that they're looking for three ideas that they could use, or three things, or three steps, whatever you want to call it, that they can do to really just have a sustainable business. So we're going to talk to them first, and because people are at different places, different spaces, and then we'll come
Mhm.
back and talk to folks about three things they need to do to scale. Right. So if you're out there listening right now, and I know many of you are dualpreneurs, thank you for being here. You work a full-time job, and you're a full-time entrepreneur, and you're doing some full-time cool stuff. So we appreciate you. This is going to help you. Some of you want to go full-time. I get it, as an entrepreneur. And then others just want to be a 9 to 5 millionaire. You're cool with that. Whatever it is, these three steps can help you to have a highly profitable business. Take it away, if you would, Yolanda. What are three steps they can do?
So the first thing you need to do as a CEO, Shay, is you need to figure out what it is that you do in your business that nobody else can do. What is it? How do you reach your clients? What is it that you do for your clients? What are those highest revenue generating tasks? I guarantee one is sales and one is customer delivery. You need, as a CEO, to focus on those things. Focus on your highest revenue generating tasks. Then, two, you need to get with a coach or get with someone so that you can create a strategy to figure out how to do everything else easier and better. This is where you get clear on what your processes are. This is where you learn about delegation, automation. This is where the Business Assistance Group comes in and we help you to put this plan in place. Once you do those two steps, then you're able to do step three, which you're able to step into that visionary CEO. Stop being chief everything officer and step into the role of visionary CEOs. You'll no longer be busy being busy, but you will be a productive profiteer. At that point in time, that's when you are able to see where you need to make tweaks for your business to continue to grow. You are literally standing on the top of the mountain. And when you look down on a mountain or look down at a picture, if you've never been fortunate to travel, you literally see rivers and streams. Those are rivers of opportunity and streams of income. But when you busy being busy as a CEO, you cannot see those. So once you get to the top of that mountain, when you've focused on what it is you need to focus on, you've created a plan to do everything else easier and better, then you will be able to step into that role as visionary CEO and open doors for new opportunities and new streams of income.
Thanks so much for sharing. That's some good stuff there. She's giving it to you straight and to the point. Now talk to the other group of folks. They're like, I've been in business. I'm seasoned. I've hired a few folks. It's time for me to do what the part she talked about, which is scale. And take a moment, if you would, and first give us your definition of scaling, because it means different things to different people. And then, if we can, let's talk about what are three things that someone can do right now in order to be able to scale their business to a whole nother level.
Okay, so for me, when you talk about scaling, scaling means that you have grown your business. You are using all of the resources that you have to meet the needs of as many people as you possibly can. Scaling means that you're ready to cut back on how you're using those resources. So you've grown the income, but now you want to reduce that ratio of how much it costs to bring in each dollar. You want to figure out a way to do everything else easier, cheaper, and better. You want to make better use of the resources that you have so that you can then grow more. It's kind of like the multiplication factor with the five fish, with fish and the loaves of bread. See, when you're doing what you're supposed to do, then God can come in and sprinkle that multiplication factor and make it seem like there's even more. But when you're not doing to the best of your ability, then it doesn't matter. So when you get to scaling, that's when you are clear on what it is you are doing. You have a strategy, you're moving forward, you're growing, but you're ready to now grow by leaps and bounds. And part of that is not only just bringing in more revenue, but it's cutting back on expenses and making sure that you are being productive in how you're using those resources.
And what do you enjoy most about what you're doing these days?
I love the joy that I feel when I am able to help someone who my clients typically feel this tug of war between what it is they love to do, helping their clients, and the business of doing business. I love coming in and taking that burden that is the business of doing business, that day to day, that is just becoming to be too much. I love coming in and simplifying that and streamlining it and seeing them happy about running their businesses again. I love taking them from a place of frustration and overwhelm to a place of peace and profiting and being able to just begin to look at additional ways to bring business in, additional ways they can meet the needs of their clients. And I love that feeling.
And one of the things I love about it for the person that's listening right now, they might be thinking, Shay, her life has been almost perfect. This is just great. She scales a business, she starts another business, she just prays, and his name falls through the sky. And I know we have a segment here called Today is My January 1st. I think it's a good way to segue into that because there's some folks that are watching right now and they're like me, they're like, whoa, has it always been that way? So for those folks that know what we're about to go into a segment called Today is My January 1st. And for all the new people who are joining for the very first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. For all the senior people who watch every single night, you wait till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to say these words. Today is my January 1st. Doesn't that feel good? What it means is it represents a fresh start. It represents a do-over. It means the past, no matter how great the past has been or how dark and gloomy the past has been, that past no longer equals the future. And so my question for Yolanda is two parts. When you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And number two, what was one of your January 1st moments where you had to bounce back from a setback that you had?
Okay, so first, when I think of today is my January 1st, I think of what I tell myself every day. Because every day, in some ways, I'm saying is my January 1st. I tell myself to be gracious. Be gracious with myself. Have grace for where I'm at. I may not be where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. I am growing every day. It is a process, it doesn't happen overnight. The only person who can do things suddenly is God. In the meantime, I can build my habits, I can change my habits if I just be consistent in my actions and make sure that I'm taking steps forward every day. Every day doesn't always mean you're going to have progress. Some days you're going to be still. And in those days, you need to look back, reflect, gather your thoughts, and figure out how you need to proceed. But as long as you're not going backwards, you're always doing well. And so when I say today is my January 1st, I just say to myself and to my clients, continue to give yourself grace and know that it's going to get better. We just have to put these processes and systems in place. And once you allow them to start working, you will start to see that your days will get brighter.
And along this journey that you've had, thanks for sharing, by the way, and thanks for being so transparent. Who's been a mentor for you? The question I like to ask, and the way I frame it is, of all the people you know, and you know so many, what's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given? Because success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. So share, what's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given? And you at home, you get the benefit. You get to lean in and you get to walk away with at least an idea that you can use as near and dear to Yolanda's heart.
I still have to say the best piece of advice that I've ever been given comes from my godmother, and she just turned 102 last month. And she said, everything in life is a season. Some are good, some are bad, some are ugly, some are great. Never get too comfortable because seasons will change. If it's a bad season, get the lesson out of it and be ready to move on. If it's a good season, enjoy it in the moment. Know that it too shall pass, but know that there will always be another season, and just ensure that you're always going to into each season with the thought that this is a season and you're going to get what you want, what you need out of it, whether it be a lesson or a blessing.
You know, the person that's listening right now, I love it, man. Your grandpa, wow, I love that, by the way. That's spot on. 100 some years old. I mean, what can I say? I mean, I like it.
Yeah, she's
Words of wisdom.
102. She was the first one of our first black educators in my city. She has always told me, get an education. They can take anything from you, but they can't take what's in your mind.
Said so well. Speaking of education, for the person that's like, Shay, I'll hear her talk about systems, but automation is not my jam. Technology is not my jam. I know it's something your company does, but I'd like for you to talk to it from two voices. The first voice is for the person that's fearful of automation and technology. They know they need it, but they're really slow to kind of bring it in. What do you say? And secondly, how does your organization work with folks as it relates to technology and automation? Is that being a part of a system?
Okay, so what I'll say first is no worries. If it's not your jam, everybody got their jam, what it is they do. Okay, if it's not your jam, just know that it's like everything else in life. You need to know a little bit about it, especially as a business owner. You need to be able to have a basic understanding of why it's needed and its purpose. When you work with me, I'm going to make sure that you get that. But one of the best things about the Business Assistance Group is this isn't a coaching program that you enter for 12 months and you spend time and we do assignments and you learn stuff. The Business Assistance Group is actually a done for you agency. You come in, we assess your needs, we take the things that you have that need to be done, we take your to-do list and we turn it into a done for you list. All those things on the back that you need, lead magnets, sales funnels, half them words that you don't really know what they mean, but you have to use them in sentences because it sounds good. Your email management, making sure that you're ready when you're launching your programs. We take all of that off of your plate. We do it for you. We set the systems in place. We can even maintain the system if it's something you never want to do again, and we'll help you to build a team so that you have a team that we can turn that over to.
So your team would handle all that. What do you
Mm-hmm.
do for fun? We're not out working with businesses and helping them to do what they do best. We're not out saving the world. What do you do in your spare time? Don't tell me you read code. I mean, please don't tell me that. I mean, tell
No,
me
I'm
anything but
cool.
you read
Now,
code all day.
Now, I'm a little bit of a nerd. I ain't a whole nerd. I like shopping. I like traveling. And some days like this, when the weather is a little bit cool, give me a good book and turn the TV on for some noise in the background with a good comforter. And I just want to cuddle and read my book. But I love spending time with my family. I like all the things that, most people like. But right now, living in Ohio, a tropical vacation would be real good.
What is one of your favorite places to travel? You can't just leave us hanging out there. You say you love to travel. So first question obviously is where? I mean, what's one place you traveled to that you really enjoyed?
You can always go home. My mom's family is from Montgomery, Alabama, and there's nothing like going home. You always got somebody in the kitchen cooking something. It's always somebody baking something. It's always something fun to do. It's not cold. It's always activities. There's nothing like the Magic City Classic. So you can always go home. For me, going home and being around family, I love a tropical location, but I just like that camaraderie of being around family in a place where everybody is cool and you feel great.
When you curl up with a good book, any good books you read recently you want to recommend? Well, we're just curious. I won't put you on the spot because I can't remember the last book I've read. But so I'm not gonna ask you the last book you read, but any good books other than the Bible that's like, Shay, this is one of my books. This is one of my go-to favorites, and why?
Okay, so right now I am rereading The Color Purple just because I am going to go see the new release live and I wanted to read the book. I watched the movie, I wanted to read the book, and now I want to experience the new movie. I like when new things like that are remade, I like to look at it from all aspects that I've seen it before so that it's fresh and then go in and see what they've done with it now.
Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, so you haven't seen the movie yet. You're still reading the book again.
So I saw the old movie. I watched it
Yeah.
last weekend. I'm reading the book, and then this Saturday I'm going with a group of women to watch the new Oprah Winfrey produced version of it. Yes.
Great. So you have a plan. That's what I like to see. You would expect nothing less from her, right? You expect she got a plan. Do this, then do that, then do this. Let me ask you, what do you do when folks when they get off track in their business? Any recommendations? And ladies and gentlemen, don't worry, I'm gonna ask her what type of client she works with and how you can connect with her in a moment. But I'm curious, when people get off track in business, And it could be a lot of reasons. So it's a loaded question, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
it could be something personal taking place in their life. Could be something that happened to a family member. Could just be the business. What's one or two ideas or suggestions you recommend that business owners and CEOs can do to try to get going again or just get back on track?
No matter what the issue may be, Shay, the first two things are always going to be the same. Stop. The worst thing you can do is just keep moving when you haven't stopped. Stop, take inventory, catch your breath. And then once you start to figure out what that problem is, don't be afraid to ask for some help. If you have an issue and you see it's in sales, go get somebody who can help you with your sales. If you think that it's your mindset, go get someone who can help you with your mindset. If you feel like your systems is jacked up, call me. But all them other things, let's go find someone in that area that can help you with it. So first, breathe, take inventory, and then go get the help that you need.
Well said. First, let me say thanks for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. But my next question is, how can folks best connect with you? So, two-part question. Number one, what type of clients are you looking to work with today, if any, if your firm's taking on any clients? And number two, how can folks best connect with you? How can they stay in this conversation with you and your firm over and beyond today?
All right. So first, the type of clients that I'm looking for, I enjoy working with women entrepreneurs who've been in business for some time. You have a good service. It's a service-based business, and you are looking for ways because you do. You feel that tug of war. You've been growing. I say growth requires new solutions. You've been growing, and what you've been doing, isn't getting you the same level of success. You're not feeling the same level of accomplishment. So let me come in and help you to figure out how we can make things work better for you now that your business is growing. So that's who I work with. And again, mostly coaches, consultants, authors, anyone in a service based industry. I am currently taking new clients. The best ways to stay in contact with me is you can reach me on LinkedIn, Yolanda K Churchwell, or I have a Facebook group, Seven Figure Solutions for the Visionary CEO. And I have a website, getthebusinessassistancegroup.com. So I'm in all those places that we hang out, all those social media streets. I'm always there, and I'm having a special masterclass next week that will help people to be able to get their email automations in place. And again, it's not just somewhere you're coming and I'm going to tell you what you need to do. We're actually going to work on, and you can walk away with 3 email sequences to help you to convert more clients.
I love the walkway. Thank you so much, number one, for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shay, for having me.
And thank you to Entrepreneur. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Take a moment and share this, pay this message forward. Please connect with us over on YouTube. Just type in @IamCheBrown. Follow the show so you can get all the updates early on. And as I love to close every single night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just a reminder, something special from my heart to your heart, that you are truly incredible, that you really are amazing. You're doing some incredible things in the world. No matter what's going on the outside, I know your intent is to make a huge difference in the world. So you're special, you're awesome, and I believe for you that today indeed is your January 1st. And because of just that one reason, your best is still yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. My name still is and remains Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone, and we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Thanks a lot, Yolanda. We appreciate you. Peace.